Bandits killed 6,319 people in Zamfara state last year. Kano Anti-Craft recovers over 256 million naira in 2019. Army bandits clash in Katsina, many bandits neutralized. On the business scene, World Bank predicts emerging economies to accelerate to 4.1%. And on the international scene, Russian President Vladimir Putin hits Africa again. Welcome to Standard Voice Television News. I'm Samira Ibrahim. Now the news in full. Addressing a press conference in Gusau on Wednesday, Nagogo said the hoodlums might have killed other people, but not reported to the force. The CP said the casualty figure in Zamfara prior to the peace and reconciliation moves was 6,319 from the report of the committee set up to find solutions to banditry in the state, headed by a former Inspector General of Police, MD Abubakar. CP Nagogo said the year 2019 witnessed an event in Zamfara that had never happened or contemplated to occur anywhere in Nigeria. He, however, said they were able to check killing by bandits in the state because they decided to apply an alternative conflict resolution through dialogue and interaction. The police chief said the first thing they did was to identify the groups that were involved in these devastations. They included the local militia group, popularly known as Nsakai, who engaged in killing Fulani. The second group consisted of bandits in the forest who decided to protect Fulani. The third group comprised Fulani leaders and leaders of the militia groups. According to the commissioner, the groups were brought together after a 2-week discussion and they all agreed to lay down their arms and embrace peace. He further said the militia groups had resorted a house-to-house campaign to encourage their members to stop violence. He said the Nsakai surrendered over 500 weapons after releasing the 25 Fulani in their captivity for over 4 months. He commended the State Commissioner for Security and Home Affairs, Alhaji Abubakar Dauran, for the role he played in ensuring the return of peace in the state. He said the disarmament process would have been difficult without the input of Alhaji Abubakar Dauran, and we commended him for that. The chairman, Kano State Public Complaints and Anti-Corruption Commission, Alhaji Muhi Magaji, says the agency has recovered 256.0 million naira between January and December 2019. Addressing newsmen on Wednesday in Kano, Magaji said the commission also received 3,192 cases, out of which 1,858 were resolved. He said that some of the complaints were rejected, some withdrawn, while some are still pending. According to the chairman, no fewer than 156 landed properties were recovered by the commission in the year under review, adding that 24 houses and 15 farmlands were recovered across the state. He said in January, 30.39 million naira was recovered, February, 32.67 million naira, March, 19.61 million naira, April, 20.57 million naira, May, 18.50 million naira, and in June, 16.57 million naira. In July, the commission recovered 27.88 million naira, August, 21.38 million naira, September, 23.1 million naira, October 17.82 million naira, while in November and December 15.78 million naira and 18.81 million naira were recovered respectively. He said they recorded more complaints in 2019 compared to 2018, where they received 2,542, out of which 932 cases were resolved. The chairman said every day they received complaints on maladministration or administration injustice against government or individuals. Alhaji Magaji said to effectively discharge its mandate, the agency had established offices across the 44 local government areas of the state. The chairman attributed the successes recorded to the support given to the commission by Governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, the general public, and the media organizations in the state. Scores were dismayed on Tuesday in Magama Jibiya local government area of Katsina State during a clash between troops of the 17th Brigade of the Nigerian Army and bandits. The troops encountered the bandits while the miscreants were trying to carry out kidnap operations along Malamawa in Jibiya. A correspondent gathered that heavy gun battle ensued, with many bandits being neutralized, while some escaped with varying degrees of injuries. Indeed, 2 soldiers were also injured in the exchange of fire. In the statement by the army spokesman, Captain Kayode Owolabi, troops have dominated the area. The army spokesman, however, added that 2 customs officers had been kidnapped prior to the encounter and invasion of some of the bandits' hideouts. He further stated that all other civilians who had been kidnapped within the period have successfully returned to their respective homes. According to him, troops are in pursuit of the fleeing bandits with a view of rescuing the 2 custom officers. Meanwhile, Captain Owolabi advised the public to report any suspicious movement in their area to the security agencies for prompt action. The special advisor to Governor Aminu Bello Masari on higher education, Muhammad Bashir Usman Ruwan Godiya, has been challenged to resign his appointment for leading a group to attack the governor and President Buhari. The call for the resignation was made by the Special Assistant to the Governor on Special Duties, Qasim Abdul Sawlawa, in an exclusive chat with Katsina Beat. Katsina Beat reports that earlier this week, the coalition of civil society organizations in the state, being led by Ruwan Godiya, released a communique berating the state and federal government for the incessant insecurities challenge in the state. Alhaji Abdul said Ruwan Godiya is fully aware of the effort being made by both the state and federal governments in dealing with bandits, and explained that it's regrettably that this is coming from someone who knows what has been going on. The governor's aide said Ruwan Godiya and the coalition in general are aware of what the fight against banditry and kidnapping has achieved, stressing that they should not have resorted to berating the government. The special advisor noted that Ruwan Godiya has unfettered access to the governor, and he cannot tell us that he is not aware of the effort being made to check banditry in the state. Abdul Sawlawa, however, advised Ruwan Godiya to either resign his petition as a top aide or change his way of approaching the government. Personnel of the Nigerian Army are presently attacking bandits' hideout and camps around Jibiya Forest in Katsina State, Daily Trust reports. Sources said heavy gunshots were heard and army vehicles and planes were seen moving into the forest. Jibiya town, a border town, on Wednesday witnessed 2 attacks which led to the army's invasion of the town. Residents say casualties on the part of the army were seen being moved out of the forest in army vehicles as the fight continued. When contacted, the spokesman of the 17th Army Brigade based in Katsina, Captain Kayode, who confirmed the gun duel, said many bandits were being neutralized, adding that 2 soldiers got wounded in action. He said he cannot confirm the number of bandits killed, but the soldiers are getting hard on them. He denied the death of any officer as being speculated by the locals, insisting that only 2 men were injured in the crossfire, stressing that the injured had arrived to Katsina for medical attention. Report from Ibadan, the Oyo state capital, indicates that President Muhammadu Buhari has summoned the 6 governors from the southwest region to a meeting at Aso Rock. It was gathered that the 6 governors, Seyi Makinde, Oyo State, Boyega Oyetola, Osun State, Dapo Abiodun, Ogun State, Rotimi Akeredolu, Ondo State, Kayode Fayemi, Ekiti State, and Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Lagos State, had last year agreed to establish a security outfit that will put a stop to the insecurity situation in the region. It was gathered that Buhari has summoned the governors to a meeting over the launch of the new security outfit built to take place in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. The launching will be presided over by Ondo State Governor Akeredolu, who is the chairman, Southwest Governors Forum. Sources reveal that the presidency asked the 6 governors to attend a meeting at Aso Rock Wednesday evening to discuss the details of Amotekun and why it should be allowed to fly. The outfit, the correspondent gathered, is a local collaborative security agency jointly established by Oyo, Lagos, Ogun, Ondo, Ekiti and Osun states. It was gathered from a security summit organized by the Development Agenda for Western Nigeria, DOWN, commissioned in July at the wake of heightening kidnapping and armed robbery, mostly on highways in the region. The security outfit will consist members of the vigilante group in each state, security expert and conventional security agencies, including the police and the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC. They are to gather intelligence and effect arrest where relevant, with the overall goal of improving security in the region. Supreme Court to decide fate of 7 governors. The final verdict on the 2019 election victory of 7 governors in Nigeria remains in the balance, pending a ruling from the Supreme Court of Nigeria. The Supreme Court is expected to decide within this month the governorship election dispute cases involving Governor Ahmadu Fintiri, PDP, of Adamawa State, Governor Bala Mohammed, PDP, Bauchi State, Governor Samuel Otto, PDP, Benue State, Governor Umar Ganduje, APC, Kano State, Simon Lalong, APC, Plateau State, Governor Aminu Tambuwal, PDP, Sokoto State. Also pending in the case against Imo Governor Emeka Ihedioha, PDP, by the APC candidate Hope Uzodinma. There are other appeals by Action Alliance AA candidate Uche Wosu and the candidate of APGA Ifeanyi Ararumi against Ihedioha's victory. Nigeria News reports apart from 2019 governorship dispute cases already dispensed by the Supreme Court, the petitions filed against governors of Cross River, Enugu, Gombe, Kebbi, and Kwara State did not make it to the Supreme Court, while the governorship elections in Yobe and Jigawa did not attract any petition. However, the Kogi State election dispute is still at the tribunal stage as it was held at a later date, precisely November 16, 2019. Governor Umar Fintiri's victory in Adamawa State is being challenged by Jibrila Bindo. INEC had declared Fintiri winner of the March 2019 rerun governorship election with 376,552 votes to defeat Bindau, who got 336,386 votes. We'll be right back after this short commercial break. Stay tuned.
Fellow Nigerians, do you know that constituency projects are actually your projects? Do you know that constituency projects are funded by the federal government? Do you know that you can track release of constituency project funds for projects located in your constituency and follow up to know how they have been executed? Constituency projects happen because government does not want to leave any community out in development efforts. You have a responsibility to know what constituency project has been planned for your community, how much has been allocated for it, and whether value for money has been delivered. Take ownership of constituency projects located in your community. Protect them because they belong to you. Government knows about your needs and is planning for you. Government needs your help to ensure quality delivery. Know that constituency projects are actually your projects. Protect your constituency project. My constituency, my project.
For information on funds allocated to projects in your constituency, call 0800 2255 4272.
This message is from the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission and the National Orientation Agency.
On the business, Fauzia Ibrahim is on the line.
I'm Fauzia Ibrahim. Welcome to Business News. The World Bank says due to growth in emerging markets, developing economies are expected to accelerate to 4.1% in 2020. The bank made this known in a statement in Abuja on Wednesday, explaining that the rebound was not broad-based. Instead, it assured improved performance of a small group of large economies, some of which were emerging from a period of substantial weakness. The statement noted that about a third of emerging markets and developing economies were projected to decelerate this year due to weaker than expected export and investment. The World Bank, however, said the growth among advanced economies as a group was anticipated to slip to 1.4% in 2020, in part due to continued softness in manufacturing. It said global economic growth is forecast to edge up to 2.5% in 2020 as investment and trade gradually recover from the weakness recorded in 2019 as downward risks persist. With growth in emerging and developing economies likely to remain slow, policymakers should seize the opportunity to undertake structural reform that boost broad-based growth, which was essential to poverty reduction. The statement said steps to improve the business climate, the rule of law, debt management, and productivity can help achieve sustained. And that's all we have on Business News. Back to Samira Ibrahim.
Thank you, Fauzia. And on the spot, Abu Sufyan is on the line.
My name is Abu Sufyan Abakar from Standard Voice Television Sports Room, and as usual, I bring the sports updates. Super Eagles forward Kelechi Iheanacho scores late as Leicester City draws against Aston Villa at the King Power Stadium in the Carabao Cup semi-final. Leicester City were trailing at halftime after Hoolihan of Aston Villa scored the first goal in the 27th minute. With 20 minutes left to go, Leicester City's boss Brendan Rodgers brought in the Super Eagles forward. And after just 30 minutes on the field, Kelechi Iheanacho scored the equalizer after an assist from JV Vardy. This Kelechi Iheanacho's 6th goal in his previous 8 matches for Leicester City. The second leg of the tie will be played in 2 weeks' time at the Villa Park Stadium, the home stadium for Aston Villa. Leicester City will be hoping to reach the finals of the competition for the first time in 27 years. And that's all we have on sports today.
Thank you, Sufyan. And on the international scene, the Russian President Vladimir Putin has observed that Africa will never be independent. President Putin said Africans believe in Europeans, Americans, and Chinese more than themselves, adding that they don't trust themselves. He said African technocrats and engineers were not given the platform to practice what they studied. Instead, they hire Chinese to construct routes for them. Vladimir Putin explained that a white man will commit a crime in Africa, but no action will be taken because the African authorities view them as demigods. The Russian president said a black man can be abducted in Europe, get harassed and even be killed, but no African authority can even question. He said Africans present themselves as weak people with no hope, especially when dealing with Europeans and Americans. Vladimir Putin said they hate each other and this gives their colonial masters the opportunity to continue exploring their resources. He affirmed that Africa is more of God's chosen continent, a blessed continent, and it's time for Africans to realize they are in place where Americans, Europeans, and Chinese are jealous of. That has been the news from Standard Voice Television. But before we go, Let's take a look at the major headlines. Bandits killed 6,319 people in Zamfara State last year. Kano Anti-Corrupt recovers over 256 million naira in 2019. Army bandits clashed in Katsina State. Many bandits neutralized. On business said, World Bank predicts emerging economies to accelerate to 4.1%. On the international scene, Russian President Vladimir Putin hits Africa again. That has been the news. I'm Samira Ibrahim. Keep watching Standard Voice Television News. Have a nice day.